Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special investing report brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. Today I've got a message for Alan Hubbard on behalf of taxpayers and investors in South Canterbury Finance. Dear Alan Hubbard, please say sorry and thanks. Say sorry for the way that you run South Canterbury Finance. Say sorry for the way that you refuse to take responsibility for what's happened at South Canterbury Finance. Say thanks to the taxpayers of New Zealand who've paid almost $400 each to make sure that the investors who trusted you will get their money back under the government guarantee. You've been very clear in blaming the government and the statutory manager for the actions that you say put South Canterbury Finance into trouble. Mr. Hubbard, you're wrong. Your own actions put South Canterbury Finance into its own vulnerable position. There was very poor lending at South Canterbury Finance. Hundreds of millions of dollars of bad loans are now not performing. Decisions that managers you appointed have taken, in many cases decisions you have taken. As Sandy Meyer said, and as the statutory managers have said, the records at South Canterbury Finance were poor. The systems were poor. The credit checking was poor. These were systems you set up, and now you blame the statutory manager and others for your errors. You also, over the last couple of years, have been less than transparent about the way South Canterbury Finance is being run. You represented an equity injection in 2009 as a real injection of funds. It's very clear now it was simply a money-go-round of assets and shares that were cycled within South Canterbury and the wider group of companies that you ran. Mr. Hubbard, I don't think you've been transparent with the investors and with the government about the way you were running South Canterbury Finance. I think you've made promises that you've broken. Promises to investors, to the wider public, to the media, in particular about the imminent rescue of the company and injection of equity. You had so many balls in the air that eventually the government did the right thing by taking it off you. You were making no interest loans to people to buy land that was overvalued. Essentially, as Grant Thornton has said, you were insolvent at the end. Dear Alan Hubbard, please say sorry and please say thanks to the public of New Zealand. I'm Bernard Hickey. Those were my very personal views brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand in this investing report.